Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? I'm running late. I got doing another project and didn't realize what time it was. Goodness. Okay, I'm just going to bring it up on my iPad here quickly. There we go. Excellent. Let's see here. Everything looks good. Okay. I was upstairs, so I had to run downstairs quickly. I think the audio is working. I just want to make sure here. Excuse me. So it is Wednesday, April the 22nd. My name is Debbie Scott. I'm your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Brigden, Ontario. And thanks so much for joining me. I love when you guys join me. I love when you comment. Engage in any way. It's fantastic. So I am using the Scenic Coast 6x6, specialty paper, and it has that beautiful reflection on the water there. This paper will be coming out the beginning of May. So I did a card on Monday with my favorite sheet in the pack, which is this one. And I thought I would do a 6x6 layout. I also have a 12x12 layout to share with you. I will be posting that on, I think I'll post it tomorrow. But I thought I have some 6x6 albums to finish up, my 52 favorites from 2023. So I thought this would be perfect because I have lots of boat pictures. So I'm going to be using this sheet right here. So I have some photos printed out. I actually just had one photo that I really like from that day, but I'm going to use 3 of the same photo. So I've printed this off in I printed it 2x3. And then I ended up cutting it down. This one is 2 by 2 3/4. That's going to be my main photo. And then I just have a couple more that I printed off the same that are going to be complementary photos, kind of like that, along the side in a film strip. So before I adhere those, I am going to sand the edges of my photos. This is something that I do quite regularly. So as you can see, I printed these beside each other and then I didn't cut it perfectly. You can't really tell where the sun or where the sky is, but where the boat is, you can see that I've left a little bit on here. So I'm just gonna give that a little sand. And that is going to help the white core of my photo paper show through. I like to do that when I am using multiple photos close together and I don't have a white photo mat around it. So you won't really be able to see this too much in the blue. You can a little bit, but you'll really be able to see the effect of it down in the darker section of my photo. So as I mentioned, this is going to be going in my 52 favorites album. If you have never heard of that before, I forget now which one was my center. This one. That is, I found it on Instagram, just a little, I don't know, a project prompt, I guess, is what you would call it. And you're intended to take your favorite photo that you took from the week and turn it into a quick scrapbook layout. So this isn't really intended to be a 12x12 album. It's just a quick, that's why I've got mine as 6x6. And then you end up with, you can look back at your favorite photos throughout the year for every week of the year. I've started a project like this twice. I forget what year my other one is from, but it's not finished either. I should actually look into it and see if I can add some more pages to it. Okay, so this is my picture that's going to be in the center. So you're going to see it all the way around. You're going to see the whole photo. So that's why I went all the way around with my sanding. So you can really see it once I set it down. So then this one's going to go here. So that's why I didn't bother to do at the top. This one's going to go here. So yeah, we have a new album, or a new catalog coming out. Not sure where my catalog is. The beginning of May. May to August. There it is there. I can't show you the inside yet, not until it goes live, which is May the 5th. And there's tons of great product in there. There you can see there's a scallop die, a happy birthday set. And our new in colors are coming out as well. So our in colors are a set of 5 colors. Yes, 5 colors that are new. They're on trend. They are just in the catalog for 2 years, and then they will retire. So we are also losing 5 colors as well. All right, so that's gonna go kind of like that. Now in this paper pack, we have Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel, Crushed Curry, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Strawberry Slush. So I have some yellow in my photo here where the sunset is. So I wanted to bring in some yellow in my photo mat. Excuse me. But I found the crushed curry to be a little bit too dark. So I pulled in some lemon lolly. Because it gets pretty light up here in the sky. So I think that coordinates pretty perfectly. So that's gonna lay here. I've embossed that with that swirly embossing folder. I apologize, I don't know the name. It is on the retired list. And last time I checked, it was still available. All right, so we're gonna go there. This might come down a little bit. I want the horizon in my photo to be right around the same line, the horizon line in my background paper. So that's gonna go there. I'm trying to think, do I wanna pop up my photos? I think maybe I'll pop up this middle photo because that's kind of my main one. Just using up the edge of an old dimensional sheet here. Pop those backings off. I was working on one of my artisan projects this morning, and then I didn't realize it was 12 o'clock. Okay, and then this I'm going to lay down flat. Oh, this is different. There we go. I didn't have this layout completely put together. Just had an idea of what I wanted to do. So I just want to make sure that I'm down far enough. So that looks about right. So then I pulled in, I don't know what sheet this is. But I pulled in this blueberry bushel. It's on the back of one of the sheets. Let's see which one it is. This one here. That one's super pretty too. I love the dark. But on the back there we have some blueberry bushel. So first off, I have just a little strip here that I'm going to lay beside. Now because this is 6 by 6 and I'm putting it on a bit of an angle, well, it's going pretty close top to bottom. There's just a little smidge there that's showing, but I'm okay with that. So I think I'm gonna lay this down. And it's just a little scrap. It's got a little piece out of it, but that's okay. Because it's going to be covered up. So that's just going to go like that. Just to bring a little bit of that dark blue over to this side. I think I can go ahead and lay this down. Remembering that I want to keep my horizon around the same height as the horizon on my page, on my paper. And then we're just going to trim off the extra. I could use my cutter. Let's see here. Oh, that's my scoring blade. There we go. When you lay your paper down, if you go right to this edge, I think you can see that. That's exactly 6 inches. Just kind of handy sometimes. And then I've die cut from this set here. This is the Scenic Coast, which is the suite that kind of goes with that paper pack, or the bundle, pardon me, that goes with that paper pack. There's also a stamp set that goes with this as well, but I didn't get it. I just went with the dies on this one. I thought I would get the most use out of those. So I've used this little netting piece, and that is going to lay under here. And I'm just wondering, I might just leave it like that because I'm also putting a little word over top here. How do I want to adhere this? Because now I've popped this up. How am I going to pop this up? I can put a tiny little bit of dimensional under there. I made this difficult for myself, haven't I? Let's see if we can do it. We do have like dimensional sheets. So you can die cut shapes with it, but I find it just, I wouldn't say it doesn't work, but it's a little harder to use on such a fine die, like a word die. Works better for shapes. I will lay that under the T. Oopsie, throwing this around here. And then maybe we can put a little bit on the F. And then a little bit on the L. I'm going to have this too wide now. At least with my die cut being white and my dimensional being white, you don't see it quite as much coming through. If I was using a die cut that was black, you would definitely see it. So I think that will work. And then I'll just put a little bit of liquid glue behind the BEA. I'm going to use my silicone sheet or my silicone mat so I don't get glue on my glass mat. There we go. So I just, oh, it's typical. Always get it everywhere. I'm just going to use a little scrap piece. Pick some of that up and just move it over. And I think I said we could go over to the A. That's going to be laying on my picture. Oh, we gotta get our little backings off of there. Okay, that's going to lay down here. And the dimensional behind the T and the F are going to hold that netting die cut in place. There. Then I have also die cut some of the little birds. Like that. That was also in this one. They're all attached in one die, so it's kind of nice, like you don't have just this tiny little die floating around and then you lose it. I would anyway. But it's the 3-in-1, so you just run it through and it gives you 3 birds. I have put some adhesive sheet on the back of this to make it a little bit easier so I don't have to use the liquid glue. Oh. There we go. And I've done that in that blueberry bushel as well. So since we've done the 3 spots of blueberry bushel, so we did our birds and we did our netting and then we added the blueberry bushel here on the side. Just keeps it nice and cohesive. Bringing in colors that are in that background sheet. And we're using it in 3s, which also always looks nice when you do odd numbers. So we've got 3 pops of that color. There we go. So I had a very quick and simple page for you today, because that background sheet does so much of the work. It's so beautiful, and you don't want to cover up too much of that. It's a quick and easy one. I do have some of these little gems. These were left over from my last paper pumpkin, and I really like them. So I'm going to use those today. Just to add a little bit more, a little something. I'm just going to go around, whoops, there, and that's going to help draw your eye around the page. And I think 3 is enough because it's a smaller layout. There we go. So, what do you think of this paper? Do you like, oh, that's my little scrap. Do you like this paper pack? Is it on your wish list? If you're a demonstrator, maybe you already have it. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. So thank you so much if you joined me today. I really appreciate that. If you're watching the replay, that's fantastic too. Even if you're watching on YouTube, I love it. That's great. If you can give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And until next time, have a good day. Bye.